Do, do, do. I don't know if it's streaming. It should be. Hold on. You will not be able to reconnect, yada yada. All that poop. You know when it pooping says that. Do, do, do. I am live. Okay. Then why why it's not giving me access to the YouTube settings. Which is kind of funny given the fact I am live. I'm working with OBS, by the way. Oh, here we go. Edit title and description. No, I don't want to do that. There we go. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so I have been live. I'm good. Everything's good. So I'm running some renders, although I will get to that. Because hoping to have a video tomorrow, potentially. Yeah, so right now it's just me alone. Louise and Jaden are busy. They also both have not seen the movie. So we're just gonna have a little solo episode. Although Jaden was gonna join, but is unfortunately occupied. So I am promoting the live right now. Just give me a moment. I'm running some renders for the next video, and that is why I decided, hey, I'm gonna go live. Just might as well be talking my head off instead of just sitting there. Not really doing anything. So, oh, perfect. I'm just posting this on Instagram now. The little when you do a link. There we go. Let's see. Live now. And then I guess put some tags. I should probably do this on Twitter too. See, these are like the interim moments where I'm like, oh, will my voice be enough just to keep engagement? And I guess me coughing as well. Yeah. So, someone said I haven't seen the movie, don't spoil it. I might get into spoilers, but I don't know. I hold on. I'll wait till I've promoted all of this, so that people could actually like come in, and if you have any questions, all how many 7? Oh, 7 people. Oh hey, Louise is in the chat. Hi Louise. I called him earlier. I was gonna tell him about it. Unfortunately, he was busy, so I guess this is gonna be the first time he's gonna hear some I guess moderate thoughts. Someone asked if I'm all right. Yeah, I'm fine. Why? What do you mean? Let's see. Da, da, da. Yeah, don't worry. I'm just doing this on Twitter. Ah, come on. I gotta like cross post and all this poop. Yeah, being a content creator. Live now talking about. Oh wait, if I didn't put the link, that would have been pooping embarrassing. There we go. There's the link. That would have been so stupid of me. I have done that before, where I'm like, "Hey, go check out this video," and then I have a link. I don't have any way to get to it, so um, mistakes happen, you know. Let's see. So that should be about it. All right. So on to my. Also, everyone in chat, is the audio all right? Like can you hear me well? I'm lying on the floor right now in front of my laptop with computer with the mic. And I also have like a hamburger patty here that I made that I actually might take a bite of. I mean, I'm a little hungry. I already ate, but I'm still hungry. For those that know me personally, I'm hungry all the pooping time. Mm. Mm. So, what I'm editing right now, someone said a King of the Monsters recolor. Technically, but not exactly the one you would expect. I teased this a few days ago. I came up with this idea like a week ago, and I've been chipping away at it. I'll just say I came up with this when the Godzilla and Kong soundtrack leaked. Well, yeah, it leaked. It leaked. It was the day before it came out, and it leaked. So let's see. What I'm just gonna do right now, because I'm pretty much finished. Oh, I don't have audio on for the editor. The only thing you guys will hear is my voice. What I'm doing though is I'm going to render out the different node layers. I guess, despite this being the first node, this is actually the last one I worked on. Because when I do that, that's not too bad of a look, ironically. Oh, it's just balanced. I'm stupid. I'm being like one of those pooping clients where you look at the log, you're like, yeah, that's how I want it. It's like, okay, that's the raw footage. I don't know what you're talking about, but all right. So Godzilla and Kong. I guess I'm here to talk about that. Do you guys have any questions? Like, I kind of don't know where to begin. I feel like there's so much to talk about, and I don't know. Like, there's a. Okay, that's a good one. What I think of Scar King, he is in fact a monkey. He's. I'm gonna say it, and I've been saying it since the trailers came out. He's lame. He's so pooping lame. He I don't know if this is too much of a spoiler given like context of those that know the leaks and all that, but like he he's such a joke. Like I thought Ghidorah was a joke. Yeah, I know, pretty hot take. I think Ghidorah's a joke of a villain. But Poopin' Scar King's just on another level. Like he's just I don't know. And this has already been shown in promotional stuff. He does like that stereotypical like, oh, I'll kill my followers if they don't like, I'll abuse them. It's like, I hate that so much in media because it's like, yes, ruthless dictator, all that, whatever, in charge, but like, what could you at least have like some of his followers respect him? You know, like yes, you run out of fear, but if you're just gonna be killing everybody, why the people would follow you? It's just a small thing. Um, let's see. What do I think of VFX shots that were shown? Oh, they're worse than you could imagine. Oh my god. Okay, I guess that's what most people are just gonna wonder about, since I'm sure everyone could figure out the story was not anything worth noting. Um, the VFX are horrible. Like they're bad. Like like bad, bad, bad. um, Godzilla. he's just so poorly animated. It's so weird. There's like no direction to his animation at all because he's like I wish I had clips. This is gonna be audio only because I'm not pulling up clips right now. We'll do that for the full breakdown, for the full Fred breakdown when I have Jade and Louise. This is just me ranting with no visual aside from what was it? Hold on, shot raw. I believe that is the correct folder. Let's see, shot one. Excuse me. Just have to render out stuff. Oh yeah, I forget Resolve has a thing where you could actually like save multiple renders, which is cool as poop. So then what I could do is shot raw, and I could just do node 1, and then I add it to the queue, and then now, yeah, okay. So like with Godzilla, he's like posed like an action hero. That's actually something I mentioned in the first trailer that got cut in the editing. We did have a breakdown of that trailer. There was a recorded breakdown. I just did not feel like editing all that. So he's posed like an action hero, always like doing these dynamic like throwing his arms everywhere and like jumping. Like why like is that why they changed the design so much so that he could just do like these weird crazy things and it should supposedly look better, but it doesn't look better at all. He's also just really jiggly. Like Wingard has this weird obsession with just making random parts of Godzilla jiggle, but it's not like purposeful in any way. It's literally just like actually I'm just gonna these are just 3 nodes that could all just like this is hold on. These are what these nodes do. They do all that, but like they're each small where it's like the midtones and this is the hue on the atomic breath. So actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna get rid of node 2 and I'm gonna make this node 2 because it's technically multiple nodes, but like no one needs to know that. And I have my blur right here. You could all do that on one node, so it doesn't matter. Well, actually, no. Technically, you could do 2 since I use the HSL, which is grabbing the specific parts of the image. But yeah, I digress. Node 3. Let's see. I think. No. Just Godzilla's posing is all over the place. He's they break the model so much, like so much. He's like constantly like bending and like his twisting his back and his neck and like they don't know how to animate his tail at all anymore. That thing is just like I was gonna say lumpy. I don't know if that would. It's so stiff and like segmented. It doesn't feel natural at all. I know there's that one shot where he rams into Shimo, whatever, and his tail's just like in this weird curved arc as it just like lazily flies into a building. Like it's man, it's bad. It's so bad. Kong is so just he feels so mocapped. Like it just feels like straight mocap data. Like Kong moves like a dude so much. I'm gonna eat my burger. Ow. Oops. What I could do actually. That. Good. That looks better. No. This is a quick shot match. Oh, poop. But if it's shot match, that means I have to poop. I have to poop and re-render the whole thing. Poop. Okay. Good thing I have the file name saved. Okay, so we got that. Is the whole timeline selected? The whole timeline is selected. All the audio channels are selected. Okay, we should be good. We could just re-render this whole thing. Yeah, I'm actually gonna overwrite this because I just shot matched something. So add that to the render queue. Yes, it has offline clips. Not that it's gonna matter. I'm gonna render all these. So, yeah. Boom. Yeah, no. So Godzilla's poorly animated. Kong's look mocapped. Scar King's also looks poopin' mocapped. Shimo is probably the best. Shimo or Mothra, but it's not. They're not well animated. They're just like, okay, I kind of understand what you're doing here. Just and Shimo's also, they're they're all just there. Like the way I would describe it is it's trying to go for a world-ending event, but it feels like just a filler, not a filler episode, but just like a random episode of like a Saturday morning cartoon where like there's no like heavy stakes and you like feel the danger. You don't. And it's unfortunate because like on paper I genuinely believe like there's a good story here. Like just the Kong stuff on paper, great, awesome. Execution, it's not really worth noting at all. It's cute. There's a cute moment right at the end where I'm like, oh, that's cute. But it's your basic like. I'm sure this isn't spoilers since everyone's figured it out by now. It's basic as poop. Kong lonely. Kong need family. Find family. They're mean. He have to free them from king. He become king. Like that's it. That's literally it. There's no like, oh he befriend like little monkey and he becomes his friend. Like it's so just okay whatever. Like it's so just mediocre that I can't even say it's bad. It's just basic. It's so basic. It's just a 5 out of 10. It's like, and I'm talking about the Kong stuff specifically, on a narrative level. Now as a whole, the dialogue is horrible, awful, terrible dialogue. It's so flat and exposition. Like you can feel the writer's hand. Like it doesn't feel natural. It's like, oh, this is what you're doing. You're trying to establish this character thing. Oh, you're trying to make a joke here. Or oh, you're trying to give us this exposition. This is like some of the worst exposition I've seen in a movie, and I'm not even joking. Like I'm not even kidding. Like this is like Snyder cut level of exposition. Um, he was dark side and he didn't. Well, at least with that, it has some cool visuals. With this, it's just like, okay, all right, whatever. Um, oh, it's just like, oh, I don't have headphones in. I was like, well, no, duh, I don't have anything to listen to, so it's all good. It's all good. It's just me being goofy right now. Wait, that's not keyframed. No, it's not. Okay, okay, that's good. That's good. Um. Oh yeah. Okay. So here's something interesting. You know how like they've been trying to retcon that like Godzilla will start charging energy when for a bigger threat. This is such a minor spoiler, so I'm just gonna say it. Godzilla starts like his goal in the movie is like building up energy and like evolving, right? He doesn't go after Scar King though. Kong has to get him to. Like they're like, oh, Godzilla's gaining energy. They don't exactly say why, um, but like why? Like within the context of the actual narrative, why the poop is it now that he's gaining energy? Yes, we know from a meta reason because he has to fight Scar King. By the way, he doesn't even seem that much stronger. Like he really doesn't. Um, he doesn't use the, and once again, this is a minor spoiler. And he doesn't use the Thagomizer. He doesn't use the elbow spikes. Like Wingard could have done all this with Dogoji, and well, it would still look bad. The new design doesn't help the animation at all. It just looks bad. It's just bad. This movie's bad. Oh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Someone said Godzilla felt like filler. Yeah, Godzilla was filler. Like he literally just his whole story is gain energy, evolve. Kong's like, come here. He almost kills Kong, and then he fights. It's stupid. It's so just vapid. Godzilla's a plot device. Um, Also, he's a huge jerk. Like I don't know what Wingard's obsession with Godzilla just being a jerk is, but like he's just so unlikable. Like he doesn't even like care about human life anymore. He doesn't like at least in 2014 it's like he's trying to you could tell he's trying to get out of it. Nah, here he's just being a jerk. Um I will say though, there's one shot, I don't remember if it's in I think it might be in Egypt, where Cringe Nipper, the evolved Godzilla, his spines are in the water and he's swimming super fast. That is actually a really nice looking shot. Like it's a pretty good shot. The spines look great. The water sims are pretty hefty. I wouldn't say they're as hefty as they should be, but like the way Godzilla's swimming too, there was a sense of urgency. And that's probably like the one shot that I looked at and I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. Uh, but yeah, that's really it. Like, um, oh, okay. So, um, Louise said, as far as we know, Godzilla already defeated Shimo and Scar King. They straight up say in the movie Godzilla locked them away. Like they say that. Like but they're like, "Oh, it almost killed him." It's like, okay, but if it almost killed him and now he has the help of Kong and Mothra, like where's the threat? And also he's evolved now, so it's like there's no tension at all. There's no reason to worry. Um it's so just no. It's like I don't know how else to explain it. Um yeah, yeah, it's just okay. Like it's it's so vapid. It's such a vapid movie. Like you can tell it's like trying so hard to be like worth something, but it's not because it doesn't actually put the effort towards like making it doesn't make an effort towards like actually. Uh, Sorry, I'm distracted by my nodes. Node one, this node two. Yeah. Oh wait. I gotta save that one. Node two. Node three. Let's see. There we go. And then node four. Perfect. Cool. All right. Yeah. It's very bare bones. There's like some cute character moments. I'll admit, but like it's. I've noticed a trend with like bad writers where instead of trying to inject character into literally like every aspect of your narrative, like every moment, being indicative of something about the character, yada yada, they like put aside character moment scenes where it's like, oh, here's the scene where we're gonna establish something about a character. We're gonna have this quick setup and then this payoff instead of just naturally bleeding it into the story. Like it's just that, um, which is sad because like there's some concepts that I think would be very very lovely to uh to like explore, but it didn't because it's just it's so vapid. It's such a vapid movie and it's unfortunate. And I'm gonna be honest, it was not as bad as I thought it would be. Like I'll admit that it was not as bad as I thought it would be. It was still bad, but I honestly expected like the worst MonsterVerse movie, like a 1 out of 10. No, King of the Monsters is still the worst MonsterVerse movie. I'd actually even wager this is better than GVK. Not by a lot, but like it's worse than 2014, uh, but not. The technical aspects really drag it down because like it's really hard to take a lot of things seriously when it just looks like dookie. Also, okay, one point of praise: the Hollow Earth actually has like an ecosystem now. I don't know how well put together it is, but like there's actual creatures and just like different like environments. Like it feels alive now, which I appreciate because the Hollow Earth in GVK was lame. It was just vapid. I love that word, by the way, vapid. It was just nothing. But now, like, it actually feels like things live in it, and I very much appreciate that. Creature design for the Hollow Earth creatures is I found to be pretty cool. The way they look in movies is something else, but yeah. Um, but let's see. Godzilla versus Scylla. Choreography was cool. The animation was legitimate dookie, like hot dookie. Like I say this a lot, but like it's true every time. It was some of the worst animation I've ever seen. It was so bad. Like I've seen fan animations better than it. It was horrible. Like also, yeah, this is in trailers, so it's not a spoiler. Godzilla gallops. He gallops twice in this movie. Like he gets on his fours and he like starts. Why? Why? Because he's like a gator. No, he's not. Like, he's not built like one. He's based off of one, but he's not built like one. Like, that. It's so. Why would you have him gallop? He just looks stupid and you're breaking the model. Like, even after they change the design, he's not made to do that. He's just not. It looks terrible. Just, the whole croc mode is just stupid because, like, he has a better advantage being on twos, and he's just been shown to be faster on twos because he's a bipedal creature. Like he has the height advantage. He like why would you lower yourself to where someone has now an advantage over you from height? It's so stupid. Like it's so it's like a basic idea like on paper like Godzilla goes croc mode. He gets on fours, but then like that's it. Once you actually start thinking about it, you're like, that makes no sense. That is just purely just for the sake of claiming he's going primal. But it's stupid. Isn't he supposed to be an intelligent animal that will, do what he needs to do to win a battle? Um, da, 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 da. Someone said I hated that Godzilla and Scar King never got any moments. Yeah, like that's what I mean. Is like Godzilla's such a plot device to where like he doesn't ever like for claiming that this movie treats kaiju like characters. They sure don't have character moments outside of Kong. Scar King has a personality, but outside of being very one note and like I'm evil, I make to surface. There's really nothing to him. Oh, I forgot a clip last. Let me go back to. Okay, perfect. It's still outlined. There we go. Look at that. Shot 2. Make it raw. Add render Q. Render all. Do do do. Wasn't Godzilla gathering energy to answer Mothra's distress call and come to help? You know what? Possibly. Like, I'll admit, I might have missed that line. I might have missed them saying, like, oh, he's going to the distress call. But, like, even then, once he has the energy and once he evolves, he doesn't do anything to, like, show that he's hurrying or he even cares. Like, he literally just goes somewhere else and is just vibing. And it's like, okay, I thought you were going to do something. Um, what's my thoughts on the scene of Godzilla in France? It looks like Dookie. It looks terrible. And it's really just empty. Oh, he's there to blow things up and absorb energy. Oh, you whoopee doo. It could be so cool, but it just looks terrible. Like he's just flopping around. Random parts of him are jiggling. Like he's breaking his arm. It's so nothing. It's just noise. This movie is such just visual noise. Like I felt nothing walking out. I'm just like, oh, okay, those were images on the screen. Um, it's just, it's like nothing in the movie. Like legitimately, this is like nothing in the movie. Um, let's see. Someone mentioned things happening too fast. Yeah, the pacing is all over the place. It's like, oh, let's have this, then this, and this. Let's sprinkle a joke in here. Let's like, oh god, it's just. Did you notice Bernie? Yes, Bernie has Ford's poster from 2014 when he was little. I thought that was cute. I mean, it's nothing in the context of like the overall quality of the movie, but I thought it was a cute touch. I would prefer if Godzilla used his weight to push. Yeah, that'd be pooping cool. Someone said just saw it. It's trash. Yeah, it was. One character moment I liked was when Godzilla roared at Shimo to get her to freeze Scar and battle even. Yeah, that was cute. There's um, you could tell Wingard really wanted to like push the like, I'm a visual storyteller, because there's moments where it's like, I'm trying to think of an example, but like there's moments where it's like you could communicate that so much simpler, but it feels like you're doing this very vaguely just to be like, look at me, guys. I'm doing visual storytelling. Like a lot of those were with Gia, because you know she speaks in sign language, where she kind of just like stares at Rebecca Hall, and like you're supposed to interpret what when she could easily like sign it, and it's like, okay, all right, Wingard, you can use visuals to have the audience figure things out. Like, good for you, I guess. Da, 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 da. Godzilla's the key to coexistence. When Godzilla's key to coexistence, I think Godzilla's a bad alpha. Poopin he's just a bad alpha. I don't Poopin know. I'm gonna eat my burger. I've already forgotten a bunch about this movie. I'll. Hold on. Someone asked where I learned color. I'm self-taught. I just learned. Yeah. Everything I do with color is self-taught. I mean, I have some tips from like professional colorists that I've acquired. I have like a notebook where it's like all my notes that I learned from whenever I came across professionals or got the privilege to speak with them or spend time with them. And I have like picked up a lot of really good tips that have helped me quite a bit. But in terms of like actual like training and all that, no one's ever trained me. I just learned along the way. So Godzilla's not intelligent anymore. He's just acting like you. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like people love to be like, "Oh, he's such an intelligent creature." He's so just mindless. Like he's he's a jerk. Like I keep saying this, but Godzilla's a pooping jerk now, and I hate it. Like I hate how much of a jerk he is. It's really frustrating. Wait, hold on. Let me check my notes for Titan Godzilla. What's with the, yeah, the Alpha Titan plot lines just. It's just, 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 it's That's the thing is like Doherty pooped on what what Gareth did, and then Wingard comes along and poops on what Doherty did, and it's just like, okay, guys, y'all aren't clearly aren't trying to keep a universe. Sorry, I'm checking my notes for what I'm supposed to do here. This is the most particular pumped blood highlights. Oh yeah, the highlights. Okay, yeah, that's and then this just changes the hue. Okay, so I'm gonna get node 1 raw. Let's see, node 1. Okay. Coliseum sound design. What do I think of the new gravity fight? The no gravity fight, I think, would be really cool if it was properly animated. Because, like, it is just. Like, there's a lot of cool scenes. I think any of these scenes would be really sick if they were properly animated. Like, conceptually, and I say this about almost every MonsterVerse project, conceptually it's a lot cooler than 2014, because if you look at the like actual concept of 2014 and the fights, it's lame as poop. Like the choreography is super basic. They just whack each other. They don't really use the environment outside of Godzilla, like being thrown into a building or something. But the animation and just the overall like visual effects and sound just elevate it to something incredible. But with these movies, it's the inverse, to where the concepts are actually kind of cool. Just the execution is so dookie that it just becomes like just noise, and it's just like, all right, this isn't this isn't worth my time. Yeah, this is like such an empty movie. Like it's one of those where you just watch it and you're just like, you get your experience, and then you just walk out. Oh, actually, Jaden, here's something wild. There's like most of the kaiju stuff is IMAX, but there's a portion at the ending, like right after like everything's resolved, where it just cuts to a Cinescope and they stop being IMAX, and I just found that really interesting. I wouldn't criticize it for that because it's not really much of a flaw, if anything, but it was just a weird choice. I'm just like, oh, okay, that's odd of you. Let's see. What should I? Yeah, I'll do this one. I'll do this shot. Excuse me. Um, IMAX scenes. I mean, sure. If you want the extra real estate, um, yeah, watch it in IMAX. Whatever. Heavy bass. Okay. You want your LFEs. Um, yeah, like, all right. If you really want to like experience this movie, then sure, go ahead. But if you're not gonna really expect to get anything out of it, no, just see it in a normal showing, or don't even see it at all. Like, if someone asked me like, would you recommend this movie? No, I wouldn't, because like it's not even like super laughably bad. It's just kind of sad bad. It's just like, oh, okay, you tried, you didn't do good at all, but you tried. Um, Someone asked what I thought about Kong's story. Kong's story, narratively, not taking into account the wonky CG, 5 out of 10. It is so by the numbers, basic, nothing intriguing about it. Some cute moments, sure, but like, whatever. And yeah, someone said this isn't like the Bayverse because the Bayverse had good visual effects. Yeah, at least I can poop and appreciate the Bayverse for like revolutionizing CG, and having phenomenal sound. Whereas this, it's just like, okay, you spent money. It's like you spent money. I cannot think of one shot where I was like, wow, that's insanely impressive, and a computer died for that. If anything, I thought a lot, man, you were just trying to save resources. Because Kong looks really bad a lot. Like, he looks like lower fidelity, and like they didn't finish the comp, and they didn't like touch up the lighting completely. It might be Wingard trying to light them like actors, so it just looks terrible, but like, it's just. How was Mothra animated? Mothra was probably the most well animated, but still was not good. Cause like at least they like try to make like a trajectory for her momentum. Like they she flaps her wings and then she'll like dip down a bit, but then she floats or whatever and doesn't properly carry the momentum. But like unlike everything else, you'll look at it and you'll be like, okay, I saw you kind of try. So like her animation is all right. It's bad. It's like a 4 out of 10 compared to like the 2, 3 out of sometimes 1 out of 10 animation in this movie. So like it's definitely the better animation. Yeah. So uh how's the sound? Good, I guess. I mean, the mixing was pretty good. There was heavy LFEs. There was like, I don't know. It's just okay. Whatever. It's sound. Like I wasn't trying to think if I was ever particularly impressed. It's just sound. Um. Yeah. So. Um. I mean, hey, Luis, we could still go to another screening. Like, we could still watch it. I'm here, buddy. I said I'll drag Louis to this movie. I will poop and drag him to this movie. Let's see. Shot number one. Wait, is it? Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. That's good. Cancel. Um. Wait, you. Okay, for context, everyone, I'm gonna expose him real quick. He called me yesterday, and like he had like this whole dramatic buildup of like, after a lot of thought, after like really going over it, and I'm just like sitting there and I'm like, okay, okay, okay. He's like, I'm not watching Godzilla and Kong. I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, all right. Okay. I'm just like, okay. Um, Unfortunate. I guess you'll be seeing it on a very pixelated, watermarked theater, if you know what I mean. But it was kind of funny because he was very adamant against it. Uh, yeah. Someone called Luis Mexican. Oh, that's so funny. I freaking love it when people just use like usernames. I don't know with offline clip. What do you mean offline clip? Okay, Braden, am I crazy? But the two Matt used Ghidorah roars. I'm gonna be real, man. I don't remember. Like I don't remember. What I do remember is that in the fight against Scylla, Godzilla uses a Showa roar. That I remember. I remember hearing that and just being like, okay, all right, Wingard. Um, yeah, he uses a Showa roar. I very distinctly remember that. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm about to finish up these renders. I should probably edit them as well. I do have to go to the store to grab something though, so um, let's see. Is it actually Heisei Trading? Because he does a show roar when he grabs the plane drone thing. Um, yeah. I I don't know. I don't feel like I have much else to say, and also I don't want to like say too much since we're gonna Fred this. Like we will go over this movie in a lot more depth. We'll have clips and everything. Uh, So I don't know if I really have much else to say. I mean, this is also just like if any of you have any questions in general, it doesn't just have to be about like um, uh, Godzilla and Kong. Like, um, someone said, I've essentially watched most of the film from leaked YouTube clips. Yes, like legitimately, like this is just a YouTube clip movie. You outside of like for a normie, and I'm not saying that in an insulting way, I promise. Um, if you don't care about sound or even seeing it on like a high fidelity screen, yeah, then just watch it on Poop and YouTube because you get about as much out of there. Also, no, I haven't seen Dune 2. Okay. It's like Pacific Uprising, the only good parts of the fight scenes that you can watch on YouTube. Bro, I wouldn't even say those are good. What the poop? Where did I... Oh, I haven't rendered anything. I was wondering where all my stuff was. But here's a bunch of unrendered stuff. Alright, that explains it. Yeah. Yeah, no, I like if I was to praise this movie visually, color grade. The fight scenes were awful. They're just bad. Like they're just bad. Um and cuz they're poorly animated. They're very weirdly shot, weirdly lit. It's like they're just bad. And also during like dramatic moments there is the stupid writing cliche of stopping and watching. Like there's a part in the movie where Kong could have just killed Scar King or even like stopped the conflict about like two or three times but he just stood there and just stared. Like it's so stupid. Also, yes, what's sad is this movie is definitely gonna break even. It is easily gonna break even. Uh, but someone is asking if I could talk quieter. Is my audio okay? Because I have not heard any complaints about my audio till now. I can up my gain, but I want to make sure that it's a universal issue. Also, my voice is just at a low register, so it's just naturally that way. So, yes, ironically as well, for those that like have only seen recorded videos, um, yeah, this is how I actually speak. I try to talk a little silly in the videos. I like up the pitch, and I'm like, haha, silly little stupid lizard and all that. Get a little tang to it where I can kind of get a rhythm and I can make like really funny reactions and all that. Um, but in like actual discussion or in person or just general, yeah, then this is just how I speak. Okay, I think I got all the files. Scar King is a freak. He's a freak. I'm not gonna elaborate. If you watch the movie, I'd hope you could understand. You probably won't, because I'm just saying that to say it. But let's see. That's Awakening. Yeah. All right. Let's get all these shots. Let's go shot 2. I think either the Skullcrawlers or Mutas were still good threats. Yeah, like I would say the Mutas are pretty okay as antagonists. I don't think narratively they're anything too special. But like they did their job. They were serviceable. They weren't jokes like Ghidorah and Scar King. Um, where man, it's just wait, shot 1. Let's see. Boop, boop, boop. One of the best shots of this movie would be some of Kong's scenes on Egypt. One of them actually had some nice. No, no, for real, for real. Um, yeah, one of them actually had some nice haze. It did. Like, there's a shot of Kong walking past like a city, and it has actual atmospheric haze. Like, it has haze, and he looks pretty well composited. His animation is mo-cappy as poop. But like, right? Are these all just the same? Are these actually the same? Wait, did I render these wrong? That's node 1. It's node 2. Or is it just the differences are so minuscule that I need? It's getting hot in here. That's my fault though. It might be that the differences are. No, it is the same. Poop. What did I do then? Did I render these wrong? Guys, I might have just wasted a bunch of time rendering, making bad renders. I think I made bad renders. That's funny as poop. So this whole stream was a waste, aside from me talking. Yes, they are all bad. That is funny. That is so funny. Yeah, I messed up every single render that you guys saw me do. That is funny. Okay. Well, 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 well. I don't know what else to say except well, guess I'm redoing these. Nothing else I could do. That's funny. That's actually the first time I've ever done that. I'm usually really good about like making sure my files is like properly formatted and all that poop. Um, Scar King barely gets a backstory, right? Yeah, barely, barely. They're just like there was a monkey that wanted to take over the surface, and the monkey did not. So, monkey. It's so basic. It's so run of the mill. It's just like, oh, evil monkey. It's like, all right. Also, someone mentioned, what is it? Koba. A manipulative. I can never say that word. I can't talk. A manipulative leader. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool. Like you just like playing mind games and like someone once like said something. I remember before the movie came out. Oh, there's so much potential for like Scar King to like emotionally manipulate Kong, which is true, but they didn't take that. They didn't. Like there's nothing. He doesn't like. I mean, he taunts him, but he doesn't like be like, oh look, you're the last of your kind. Like no, there's nothing. It's so basic. It's and just vapid. It's just big bad monkey. That's literally it. Which is a shame because there's a lot of potential. Like I remember Wingard being like, "Oh, he's the worst of humanity." It's like he's an evil monkey. Like that's that's all they do. Like come on, Wingard. What do I rate the movie? Objectively, probably like a 3 out of 10. It's pretty terrible. It's not the worst thing ever. Um, the um subjectively probably like a 4 out of 10, maybe 4.5. It's definitely like negative feelings, but I'm really not offended by this movie. Like barely. And I don't know if that is because I've just seen so much of it that I'm kind of just desensitized to it. Um, but like, yeah, I'm really not. I'm just kind of apathetic. I'm just like, okay, this was in fact just a really bad movie, and I just don't give a poop. It's like kind of just that. I just don't give a poop. I don't care. I think a big Scar King flaw is he has such a marked personality, being the big bad leader, that is bad to his kingdom too, and nothing else. Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like there's like nothing to him. Nothing special. It's just nothing special about him, which is unfortunate because like he could have done so much like psychological damage to Kong. He could have even acted like a benevolent leader and tried to take him in or something, and then just abuse him. And like, no, they do nothing. You see, Scar King represents the most basic, lowest demographic movie audiences, so he is the worst of humanity. Yeah, I mean, hey, if you wanna go with that interpretation, thanks, Wingard. You're a brilliant masterpiece. Better or worse than the last two? I'd say better, honestly. Like, what did I rate King of the Monsters? I think I rate it like a 1.5 or a 2, and then GVK I have at like a 2, maybe like a 2.5 if we're pushing it. But this is like a 3. It's not. It's worse than 2014, which I have at a 4. Or no, I have 2014 at a 3.5 actually. Um, this is like a 3. It's that's terrible, but it's not like the worst one, and it's not the worst movie ever. It's just, and I think that's kind of like why I'm so apathetic about it as well. Is just like, it's just another just bad movie that's out. It's just like, okay, whatever. I don't give a poop at all. So yeah, I'm just really apathetic about this. Like, I just don't care. It's just as simple as that. I just don't give a poop. Like if it weren't for you guys asking me questions, I don't think I'd have much to say. Uh, just because like I don't really want to think about this. I just don't care. Um, I find the implication that Godzilla only started to fight Scar King until he tried to take over the surface world really weird. Isn't Godzilla protector of the entire planet? Yeah, that's another like retcon that's really stupid. Is they made it where like um, Godzilla's the protector of the upper world, low, and then like um, Kong is in the Hollow Earth. And like the moment he comes out of the Hollow Earth, Godzilla hunts him, and it's like, okay, whatever. Whatever, Wingard. It's not like they established Godzilla lived in the Hollow Earth in previous movies, but okay. I just don't. I just don't care. I just don't care. I'm just so done with all this. It's just. I just don't give a poop. Subjectively, I enjoyed the movie. The movie was fun. Terrible shots, I still enjoyed. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I could see why people. I mean, it's like visual noise, which can be entertaining. Like, okay, I get that. I just I don't. I'm apathetic. I'm so apathetic. Um, I thought Scar King had a pretty good evil personality. Yeah, that's the thing is like it was cute the personality they gave him. Like cute, I mean in the sense of like it was I don't want to say noteworthy, but it was something. But like just in terms of his effect and presence as an overall villain or his effect on the narrative, like it's nothing. It's just nothing. So it comes off as like um just vapid, and that's stinks because he could be cool. Like once again, on paper, this movie sounds sick as poo, but then you watch it, and you're just like, okay. There's like nothing to this. Um, I have a question. What are we gonna do about the film's success? What's the game plan? I don't know. I'm just gonna make videos. Like, I don't care if the movie fails or like succeeds. Like, I'm just making my content. Like, I'm just me with my content. I like making my content. That's what I do. And I don't make it for trends or anything. Well, I try. Like, if I can hop on a trend and I know like I'm gonna be able to, because I'll have the dedication to do it. Sure, I'll do it. But like at the end of the day, I just make stuff because I just want to. I just feel like it. Poop. That's not the note that I wanted. Poop. For poop's sake. Note one. Let's overwrite that. There we go. That's much better. Yeah. So I'm re-rendering everything because I'm a little stupid and didn't do it right the first time. Note 2. Let's see. Render. I don't even know if I'm going to use all these. I just have them just because, better safe than sorry. Note 3. The reason I don't live stream me coloring is because I like to use my TV as a reference monitor because this monitor is not properly calibrated. Also, the TV is a lot better determiner for like what kind of environment videos might be watched in. So I'm usually like looking at the TV when I'm coloring, so I wouldn't really care to do this live. I might record like just me coloring one day, but I don't know. I don't have any plans to. Let's do Note 4. Let's do that. I care too much about Godzilla. Let it fall into mediocrity. Bro, it's fallen past mediocrity. It's been garbage since like its inception. Like 54 came out, really great film in I think 5 or 7 months. They rushed an absolute travesty of a movie and it just then they came out with a pretty cute movie, King Kong vs. Godzilla. I don't like that movie, but I respect it. I think it's okay. But I wish if the Showa era had taken on the tone of King Kong versus Godzilla, then I very much would respect the Showa era and respect Godzilla more. But unfortunately, it didn't, because King Kong versus Godzilla is just a straight pooping comedy. Like it's when you laugh at that movie, you are not laughing at it, you are laughing with it, because it's like, oh hey, look at us, like we're doing this bit. It's pretty funny. Um, the later Showa movies, you're laughing at them. Like they do not have the self awareness to realize that what they're doing is stupid. Like they genuinely think they're cool. When no, it's not. So yeah, I just whatever. I don't know. Once again, like I really I don't have much to say, everyone. Like once I'm on with my other goofies, like we'll probably talk a lot more. We could go over clips and all that, but like I don't know when that is. I don't know when Luis is watching the movie. Jaden's watching it Sunday. So it's definitely going to be in the upcoming week. It might be Monday. It looks like Monday are going to be our live days. I mainly did this because I just wanted to get some renders done, which I poop and messed up, and I'm redoing. But yeah. So I don't know, y'all. I I mean, I don't have much else to say. So unless y'all have some questions that could get me yapping for like another extended period of time, then oh yeah, Hayashima was revealed. It's a cool figure. Not too much of a fan of the design. Canonically, like this is canon. Because it was reposted by Jared. Canonically, Jaden is Shimo is Jaden's daughter. So take that as you will. Jaden, I guess, has a hellspawn of a daughter. So yeah. Someone asked, how overused was the 2014 stomp sound effect? A lot. Like, here's the thing. It's mostly used for destruction and for things falling. Like, it's used a lot for things falling. It was used for Shimo quite a bit. It was used for Kong once or twice. But yeah, the 2014 the stomp sound effect is kind of just like the smash, like boom sound. Shimo design thoughts, I don't know. I'm not really a fan of her. I'm really not. I don't care for her at all. I really don't care. Um yeah. See, now I can check the spoilers channel. There's a GIF called mustard, and I'm not gonna spoil it. That's funny as poop, man. Yeah, now I can check the spoilers. Um, if instead of Shimo, Methuselah was used, I mean, I don't know how that would work narratively. Um, I'm getting tired. I might end this soon. Like, I'm also just sick of talking about this movie, despite the fact that I've really said nothing. I've been super vague about stuff. Um, but like at the same time, this movie is super just basic, and I just no. I don't care. Like at least like if I hated it, I'd be like ranting and all that. But I'm just so apathetic. And I'm just like, okay, it was pretty bad. Whatever. I don't care. Um. So. Uh. Any final questions before I wrap this up? We will have an episode. We will have a Fred episode where Jaden and Luis will be on, and we'll talk over the movie. Interesting point about King Kong vs. Godzilla because the following three films are often held in higher regard. Mothra vs. Godzilla, um, I would praise tonally, aside from like a few sequences that I question. But and then what's after that? Let's see, 62, 64. Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, Invasion of Astro Monster. Godzilla poop and dances in that movie, and you're supposed to take the movie seriously overall. Like, aliens are invading, you're supposed to be scared, there's supposed to be stakes. But there's not, because it also treats the kaiju goofily. Also, gonna say it, Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster and Invasion are really terrible films. They're really bad. Most of I know people don't hear me. Well, people have heard me say this quite a bit, but like people don't seem to talk about it much from in terms of my takes. But like, I think the entire Godzilla franchise is a majority of just garbage, with the only like genuinely good movies being Gojira and GMK. I think there's some okay ones like King Kong vs. Godzilla, Godzilla 2000, Against Mechagodzilla. What was another one? There's another one that I can't think of it, but like I just think a majority of the franchise is just hot garbage. It's not a good franchise. It's it's just a rotting corpse that people love to throw money at, and it's been that way since like Poop and Raids again, unfortunately. But whatever. That's something I'll cover more in depth in the future. Um, I will go over all the movies one day before I poop and die. So you know. Thoughts about the whole zero gravity fight? Uh, it was it was something. It was like if it was well animated, I would have good things to say about it. But it was kind of just like schlock. It was just things flying around and just you don't feel the power of anything. It's just okay. This is visual noise. It's just whatever. Um, yeah. Will you join Black Screen when we talk about Godzilla and Kong? Won't be this Sunday, but if you get uppity next Sunday, I should be available next Sunday. I hope so. If I am, I will definitely join. I will gladly talk to other people about this movie. As you can tell, I don't have much to say on my own, but I'm sure in a discussion I could bring stuff up. I might see it again as well, just to, have more formed basis when speaking on it. Uh, but for the time being, I really have like little to nothing to say. Um, so before I wrap this up, I will say my favorite scene in the whole movie. It's not too much of a spoiler, but like, um, I would very much recommend not knowing that this happens. So if you have not seen the movie, just leave now because I'm going to end it after this. If you have seen the movie, I hope you take as much joy as I did in this. Um, my favorite scene in the whole movie is Kong is fighting off some apes and he grabs Suko and he uses him as a pooping club and he whacks him around. That got me dying. That was funny. Like, also, I hate Suko. Like, I really hate him. I think he's so ugly. So, like, that brought me so much joy seeing that little twat abused. It was funny as poop, and then he just chucks him after that. It's hilarious. I very much enjoyed that. It's terribly animated. Looked awful, but I thought it was funny. So, poop. I messed this up. Uh-oh. All right. Yep. So, while I fix my mistakes, which I make a lot of those, um, I hope you all have a good day. God bless. Don't see this movie. Um, yeah. So, bye bye.